Hey everybody, it's Doug here. Welcome back, and welcome back to the channel. Looking forward to our continued playthrough of Hand of Fate Ordeals. This will be actually episode number 4. First one was an unboxing, second one was a setup and a turn. We just did another set of turns where I was kind of blind playing the game and getting used to it. I got it figured out now. I want to thank my viewers for some feedback and advice. I'll talk through that in a moment. And now we're heading on to some additional gameplay. So, let's get started. Now, a couple things I want to talk about. First off is, even though the combat ended up okay, I didn't really run it correctly. I ended up running it correctly, but some of the things I explained, I need to re-explain them when we get into another fight. I'll go over it again. You do need to assign the damage cards as you do them, because they come off the weapons and that, so I just got to remember to do that. And then the next thing is, I didn't quite give our girl Estrella all of her awards for this fight. It says, fight 2 minions if there are at least 3 players, and there were. If you defeat all enemies, gain 2 additional fame and 2 more relic shards. So she's actually going to be at 7 and 2 more relic shards. Thanks, Scott, for pointing that out to me. I appreciate it. Alright, I think with that said, we're going to dive right in and start continuing our playthrough of Hand of Fate. So let's dive in and go forward. Okay, first up, got Estrella again. She's going to go. This is her current hand. I'm not too thrilled with it. She can't do a whole lot, except for maybe buy something, right? But it says if we discard a card, then if we can draw 1 card, then discard 1 card. If you play another trickster card this turn, you may destroy 1 card. Well, we're going to use this ability, but we're not going to do this in this order. So the first thing we have to do is we're going to have to do fatigue, right? Well, she didn't have anything attached to her weapon, so there's no fatigue. We're okay there. Then we're going to get in to start taking our turns. I think the easiest one is we're going to forge. That'll give her some food back as she hangs out in this area of the abandoned camp. Now remember, she does not have to forcibly encounter that camp again. Then I think we're going to play that. We're going to draw a card and discard a card. So what do we get? We get another strive. Okay, well, we have 4 strive. That didn't really do much for us. Since it's not a trickster card, we don't get to destroy one, so we're just going to discard that one. That leaves us with 3 strive. She is in a place where she can buy trickster cards, soldier cards, and equipment. But she's only got 3. So the sad part is she cannot buy any of these cards. Are all 5 except for this one, which is 3, but she can't buy that kind of card where she's at the abandoned camp. So I think what she'll do for 3 is take a flourish, and that will go into her discard pile, and that will mark the end of her turn. There's no enemy, she didn't encounter anything, so that's going to be it for her. We'll just take this big giant pile of discards and get rid of it and draw up her next 5 cards. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm starting to get a feel for the pace of this game. You kind of take some heavy actions and then have some downside on that. But here's we got this next turn. Ooh, her bad luck card came up. Wish I had that card before. We could discard this card to get another, or draw another card and discard that one. But looks like we're going to be with 3 strive and a forge again. So that's going to be her hand. Now let's move on to Cjorn. Does have to do something in the fatigue phase because he has this hack attached to his rusty axe. So we're going to have to play that card to maintain. He's got to put some effort into maintaining his hack ability. And then we're going to play both of these. We got a forge and a forge. Well, that's pretty good. So that is 2 more food for Cjorn. He'll just take that. And then the next question is, do we move? I think we will. Let's spend all these food since we got them. We're going to burn a food to move. Let's burn that. We're going to explore the area. Could move back to town and buy some things, but we're not. We're going to move here and see what he ran into. The crossroads. Okay, let's take a look at the crossroads and see what that does for us. Okay, it's a location. It's got 2 cubes. We can encounter it twice. And to encounter it, it's combat. It says to encounter it, we can fight 1 minion for every 3 encounters revealed. There are exactly 1, 2, including this one, because the other ones are locations, or events rather. No, we got a location. But let's see. The abandoned camp has an encounter. The twisted canyon has an encounter, as does the mist cloud, or Mr. Lloyd, or whatever his name is. So we could, if we do that, we're gonna have to take 3 minions. I don't think he's prepped up for that, so we're gonna put that there. Do that. I don't think he's going to encounter the space, but the good news is it does allow him to get green wanderer cards, soldier cards, and equipment cards. So do we have enough to get some stuff? That's the question of the day. Now he does have a flourish and a strive, so that gives him 3 effort that he can spend, and he's going to spend it on this camp card that gives him 2 stride, or 2 effort rather, but you may also spend 2 food to restore 1 health. So he's going to take that. That goes into his discard pile. We immediately replace that with Lord Edgar's hammer. That looks pretty good. It costs 5. Weapons usually cost a bunch, but it's pretty solid. Attack cards drawn during your strike bonus do not count against the strike bonus total. Interesting. So the other cards do, but not your strike cards. That means you can keep drawing, I guess. You can have a really heavy hit on that. Anyway, that is going to mark the end of Cjorn's turn. So he's only got 1 card in his draw pile, so we're going to draw that. It is his Cautious Strike. We'll get to that next turn. And then we're going to shuffle up and draw him 5 new cards, because that's the end of his round. And then we're going to go back to Estrella, see what she's going to do. Now, she didn't move last turn, but she does have food, so she could, even though she's not in really the best shape to do it. A lot of her good cards are not in play. Okay, well, let's see what we do. We're going to draw 1, another strive. Let's cut it again. Just 2, that's 3, 4, and 5. So that's not a bad hand. We'll see what he does with that next turn. And that is going to end his turn. Maybe next turn he will try and do some fighting. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, let's go back to Estrella. Once again, she has no fatigue that we have to worry about. We do have some things to do here. So we'll start by playing her Forge card. And we'll just lay down this Bad Luck card. It doesn't do anything but clog up her hand. So she forged, got some food. She's got 3, basically 3 strive, and she can buy nothing that's on the board right now, except for another, maybe another flourish. I feel like we're wasting time doing that. But we're building up, getting ready for something else. So I think we're going to do that. We're going to use the 3. She won't do anything else this turn. Just get the 3 and get a flourish, which isn't the greatest thing, but these are 2 effort, which will help her later on. So that goes in her discard pile along with her hand. And then she's only got 2 cards left here, which are going to give her her hack. That's good, and her Pathfinder's knack. That's awesome. She can get some cards out next turn to do some fighting. And that's 2 of her 5 cards. So we'll see what else she draws. Now, Cjorn's got to catch up to her. He's got good stuff, some decent stuff, but he hasn't been able to get into a good fight. I was a little worried about the crossroads. Since he doesn't have any attack cards in there, he may have to just go for it and do some fighting. But let's see what he gets here. He does have that shield, so it's helpful. Anyway, she gets another strive rather. Her flourish, that's good. That's 4, and a forage. She's going to get a little food too. That is her hand for next round. Not bad for her at all. Let's go back to Cjorn. Okay, well, we know that he does have his hack, so he has to spend 1 of his strive, his effort, to make sure he maintains the hack. He's also got his Cautious Strike, so I think that he will attach it. It says you may discard this card from your weapon to avoid an ambush, so that's helpful. So he's going to attach that to his weapon down there. Let's take a look at that. It looks like that now. So he's got pretty good, pretty healthy combat there of 3 going into a fight, plus he gets to draw some cards. He will also do that to gain another food. He's foraging while he's there, and I think he might encounter that space. He's not going to buy anything yet. I think he's going to encounter the space and take the fight. The way he kind of wants to do it before more encounters come out. The way I see it is that is a good thing. Okay, so he's going to do that. Now, the way I read this card, we're going to have 3 encounters, because the encounters are, we have Mr. Lionel, which could have been encountered. The Twisted Canyon could be encountered in the Abandoned Camp. Now, the town is not an encounter, but there's encounters on those other 3 cards. So we're going to have to fight 3 critters. Let's see what they are. Hopefully they're not as tough as that 4 that went out. Okay, 2 of Plague, Infected. If you are defeated, if you defeat this minion, you may destroy a card in your hand or discard pile. Okay, that's not bad. Another one, a 1 of Plague. That's not bad at all. We're in good shape here. And then a 3 of Dust. Okay, so this guy is leading these 2 plague rats around. And what do we got? We got 3, 4, 5, 6 we got to do in total. It says if you defeat this minion, all cards in the dealer's row cost 1 less this turn. That's pretty good. Okay, and then of course they all have some rewards that we get. This guy says infected. If you fail to defeat this minion, you lose a food. So we're going to defeat this minion. So the first thing we do is get to draw our strike bonus. Our Rusty Act gives us a strike bonus of 2, so we're going to draw 2 cards. Stride, that's good, and a strive. So basically, do we have enough to defeat all these guys? I don't think we do. We need 3, 4, 5, 6. But let's see. I think this is the one that's I least worry about right here, right now. It's still going to damage us, but it's okay. Okay, let's take a look at how we're going to assign these out. Okay, now I do want to check this out. It says you may discard this card from your weapon to avoid an ambush. We didn't get ambush, so it doesn't help us. All we have is 3, 4. Well, we do have 5. We have 3, 4, 5. We have 5. We need 6. So I can do these 2 guys, but that says if you fail to defeat this minion, you lose a food. I mean, I can do that. It's not a big deal. Either way, the damage is going to be the same. The difference is we're much more likely to be able to defeat this one next turn than this one. So I could do 3 here and then 2 there. So let's do this. We'll definitely assign the cautious strike in that to kill this guy. He's done. I think we'll do that. We're going to we'll lose a food, but we're going to defeat this 2-point plague rat, because then that'll almost ensure that we can defeat it next turn, or next combat round rather. Alright, so we have defeated him. I'm going to put him aside for the moment, and we have defeated him. Now it says, if you defeat this minion, all cards in dealer's row cost 1 less. That's fine, but that's not going to help us right now. All of these go into our player area as discards, and then we go on to the next part of the combat phase. Okay, so, I just unplugged one of my lights. Hold on just a second. Oops. There we go. Okay, now, this guy is left, so it says infected. If you fail to defeat this minion, lose a food. So we're going to lose one of our food right now. Plus, we also have to lose a food if we're going to continue to push forward, or we can take damage. But I think we'll lose our food and continue to fight. Now we also, since there is a minion living, we're going to have to take a pain card. What is it? Oh, 2 health. But we have our shield. Reduce the damage you lose, for the health you lose from each pain card by 1. Increase the strike bonus. Oh, wait! Increase the strike bonus of your weapon by 1. You know what? Before we do that, actually, I'm going to shuffle this back in. We had the ability, I got to remember to look at this. I thought it was just defensive. This card's ability can only be used if a one-handed. What we do? So we actually were able to defeat all 3 enemies because this card increased our strike bonus by 1. So we did have 6 total, and we defeated all those enemies. So let's take a look and see what we get. Okay, well, we see that we get 2 relic shards from these guys. There's 1 there and 1 there, so those are his 2 relic shards. And I'm going to give him his food back, his 2 food back. He didn't use them because we did defeat those guys in one go. Okay, and then we will, let's see, let's go across here. So then we also get 2, 4, 5, 5 victory points for him, called Fame. So we get right there, that is good. And then there's still something else we can do. Let me think about this. This Plague Rat says if you defeated this minion, you may destroy 1 card in your hand or discard pile. Do I want to destroy any of these cards? This is a question. I could get rid of a Strive, narrow it down, but I don't think we're in a place to do that yet, so I think we're going to keep them all. Now, I only have 2 Strive, 2 effort this turn to spend on stuff, but everything in the row costs 1 less. So these enemies are defeated. We're going to put them in the discard pile, and then we're going to go look at the board because he can still buy something. Unfortunately, the only thing he can really buy is a Flourish. It's going to cost 1 less. Normally costs 3. He's got 2 for purchasing power, so he'll pick that up. That'll go into his discards, and that'll be his discard pile. That was a pretty good turn for him. Pretty good turn for good old Cjorn. Okay, 1, 2, 4, and 5. We have just enough to give him a hand. Strive, Forge, Hunt. Ooh, this is good. He gets to draw a card. Camp. Oh man, he got his good cards out for next turn. That is awesome. Good job, Cjorn. All right. Well, let's go back to Estrella. We'll do 1 more turn of each, and then we'll call this an episode. Okay, so we got our Forge, but we got a lot of things, a lot of purchasing ability at this point in time. However, I'm going to move her thing down a little bit because it's getting too close to Cjorn's. Okay, we're going to move that down because we are going to place a hack. And we're going to place her Pathfinder's Knack. At the end of the combat, you may move to an adjacent. So we're going to place those 2 there. That gives her, and we're going to play her forge, which will give her a third food. She's got plenty of food. I think we'll just put these aside for now, and she's going to move. Or does she encounter the abandoned camp and clear it out? We still could do this. We only have to fight 2 minions, and we get this big bonus. I think we're going to do that. So she's going to encounter the space, get rid of this. Boom, that's done. I'm going to draw 2 minions off the top. Let's see what we get. A 2 of scales, protection 1. Well, her mace ignores protection. And a 3 of skulls. Ooh, if you defeat this minion, you may discard 1 card to draw 1 card. Pretty good, but we got to get 5 points out of this. Can we do it? So right now she has 3, but we do get our strike bonus. Oh, there we go, 5 right there. But we have to see, can we divide these up the way we need to? I think we can. Okay, anyway, she does get another one, so it's going to be there. We got this in the bag now. And at the end of combat, she can move. I just don't know if she wants to. This is kind of frightening to move. Remember, we don't have to encounter things unless it's an ambush. So let's fight these guys and kill them. Okay, I think easily enough, right? Easy peasy. There's 3, 4, 5. Remember, the protection 1 is null and void because of the shield breaker. It says ignore the protection ability of all enemies. So that kills those 2. All these cards go back into her play area for now. She's going to get 2 more relic shards. I'll just take one of these and get another big one. I got to remember the bonus. Let's take a look at the card and see what the bonus is for the abandoned camp. So she's going to get 2 plus 4 victory points, and then she gets this: 2 more victory points and 2 more relic shards. So she gets 4 total. Wow, she's got some money going on there. And then she's also going to get, let me see, 4, 5, 6 victory points. Boom! She's at 7. She can go 13 victory points. Wow, that was a really good space for her. She took total advantage of it. And since she did do this, at the end of the combat, you may move to an adjacent area. I think she's going to do it. Why not? She's in a good place. If she does get a little hurt, it's okay. We're okay. So I think she's going to move straight down here and encounter this spot. It is Dead Man's Gorge. Oh, fight 2 minions is an encounter. There's 3 encounter spots on it. Otherwise, nothing special other than she can buy soldier cards and equipment cards. That's it. So we can encounter that one 3 times. She's not going to. She's going to. She has 3 right now to spend. And her minions did not give her anything else to spend, right? No, but the 3 of Skulls said if I could discard a card to draw a card, but she won't. I don't think it would help her any. She's already got, I mean, she's very likely just to get another Strive card. But let's see, I don't think she can, again, I don't think she's in a place where you can buy anything. Everything on the board is 5. So the best thing we can do is get a Flourish, right? So we're going to be sucking up these Flourish cards. And that is going to be the end of her turn then. Colbjorn's getting concerned. She's kicking tail here, Estrella. So we're going to pack up all these cards. Those go in our discard pile. We're going to draw 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, based on what I know about her cards, I think we got some of her best ones out already. Well, we got the Hidden Hand, Strive, the Bad Luck, a Forge, and a Strive. So she's not going to do much next turn. Let's move on to Colbjorn. Well, what can he do? Well, he's got a bunch of foraging. So first off, he's going to play this Hunt card. He's going to go hunting. That will not only give him a food, but he gets to draw a card, which is going to... Ooh, a Flourish. That's good. Look at this. He's got points to spend. Yeah. And then he will forage. Not bad, right? So he's going to spend a forge card. Now he's got 4 food, but he's only got 2 relic shards. He needs to do better at that. But he's got a lot of purchasing power. He's got nothing attached to his weapon, and he doesn't have anything he can attach. So let's just go. He's not going to encounter that space. He's just going to spend some hard-earned cash. So there's 5 right there. I think that's all he's going to do. I'm not sure. He's got 2 choices of weapons. Let's take a look at them. He's also got a flurry. We'll take a look at that as well. But this one, with this weapon, in the place he's at, he can buy weapons as well. Okay. These are both heavy weapons. The Claymore of the Wind, it says heavy weapon. Oh, he can't do that because of his shield. Are you kidding me? He can't take either of these weapons, guys. Unless he dumps the shield. Shield's very valuable, but it says for each Wanderer card bound this weapon. So these both beef up their attacks, but they're heavy weapons. That would require 2 hands. So let's take a look at this Fury. This is also a 5-point card. and it says +0, but for each soldier card bound to your weapon gain +1, like that. And this Blaze of Glory is 2, and it says when you assign this card during combat, you may have it gain 2 if you destroy it after combat. So we can beef it up. I think he'll take that one, guys, for his 5. That leaves him with one more that he can't do anything with, but we'll draw a card and see what it looks like. Empowering Assault. It's another soldier card for 3. That'll take its place, and that's going to basically end his round. So there we go. Alright, so that basically means we're going to suck up all his cards. We're going to put them in here. We're going to give him a quick shuffle. Draw a new handout for Cjorn. And that'll be the end of this episode. So we're starting to... I mean, we haven't found the Jack yet, so we can't go after him. But I don't think we're tough enough to do that anyway. I think we need to fight some more stuff. And Cjorn definitely doesn't want to. He wants to get some more Relic Shards before he does that. I don't know how much Relics cost. I haven't looked at them. But with Estrella having, let me see, 6, 10, or 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 10 Relic Shards. I think she's in a good place. But I think you have to spend a bunch just to open up the Relic Shop, too. Okay, so we're going to go 1, cut, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. And this will be her deck. Or his deck, rather, Cjorn. So he's got his Hunt. Again, that's good. Hack, good. Strive, Forge. So, yeah, kind of weak. But he's at least able to get some things done. And he's got a big, beefy battle card in his deck now. So, alright, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing, as always. I appreciate it. And also, thanks for the commentary, especially when I'm doing a blind playthrough of a game. It really helps me for you to give me pointers and stuff like that. It's great, and it also helps the other people that are watching so they can learn the game as well. And it teaches you the types of things. You know, I read rules all the time, and if I stumble on something, then that means there's a good chance you might too. So it's good to get those out of the way by watching these blind playthroughs and see where we're going to run into some pitfalls. But that being as it may, we're done for today. So let's close this off. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. Please like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I will see you in the next episode. What's going on right now that might be of interest? Well, meet me at the table. Started a playthrough I'm totally blanking out on the name. How terrible of me. Go watch it. Okay, first off, go watch it. The one I want to Nemesis. Thank you. There you go. In my brain. So meet me at the table is playing Nemesis. Go check him out. Also, the Great Board Gamer just finished up his playthrough of the Reckoners, which you saw me play on my channel. So check that out. And I was trying to. There's another one. Oh yeah, and Board Games with Nearmas. Go check out. He did that new game Wingspan in a solo mode, which I thought was really interesting to watch because it's a real popular game. It's getting a lot of buzz right now. So check that out and enjoy those. Okay, guys, talk to you in the next episode. I don't know, this will probably go, it looks like this might go 2 or 3 episodes more. We'll see, since I'm only doing a couple turns per episode, so I can see if I made any mistakes, and you guys will help me out. And I appreciate it. Thanks. Take care.